Well, it's a nice day here on the farm. Everything's peaceful. The Tylers are not here, they're having a day off because it's Sunday. It's Boxing Day today. Just turning the water on. Gonna fill the pond up so we can water the trees a bit later. And Pen's off out for a walk with the dogs, so when they come back, I want to have the cold water on ready for them. We didn't do anything for Christmas, so yeah, I hope everyone had a nice Christmas. Me and Pen didn't do anything. I was here yesterday just painting the ceiling, and Pen was tidying stuff up, and so they've got like all these sand piles everywhere. We've tried to cover them up a bit because the dogs will go nuts in it and make a big mess. And yeah, this is the progress on the tiling, so it looks okay so far. So it's just important that they use these like little leveling things between each board, and that sort of pulls them all into place so they're all nice and flat. I think it's going to take them like a month to finish this. They are sort of going quite slowly, but I suppose that's a good thing. It means they're sort of taking their time a bit. And I've just seen the first dog is back. That's it's not Bung Bung, that's Mihern. That dog's called Mihern. Oh, there's Gorgie. Look, there he comes. He wants to come in to get the water. I better go and open the gate. That's all right, Pen's there now, she can open the gate. Right, come on. Water's on, quick, quick, quick. Look at them, they love it. They love. It's come to see me before the water. Amazing. Good boy. Go in the water, go on. Go on, get in the water, go, quick. Come, Bung Bung, get in the water. Come on. Yeah, okay, so everyone's back. Yeah, my Christmas has basically been painting this. It's taken absolutely ages, much longer than I thought. It's because it's got so many intricate little bits, and I'm just trying to make sure I've got a good coverage. It's taken ages. And the bit that I've got left to do is this back corner. And again, it was my plan to do this today. But I keep forgetting that by the time I get here, like midday, the sun's already up there. So if I want to paint that, I've got to stand out in the sun. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to finish painting today. I'm going to wait until I come here like early one day and do it while the sun's over the other side. This paint colour is starting to grow on me a little bit. I think I'm going to leave it. Whatever. So, what else was I going to say? So yeah, that's Christmas for us. Was just here. The Tylers were here yesterday. We were all here with the puppy dog and all the dogs and whatever. Bathroom tiling on the walls is done. They just need to have a wash down, I suppose. Then we're going to get the electricians back to finish the light, ceiling, and then finally tile the floors. I think this looks okay. I'm quite pleased with these tiles. Pretty nice, and these ones too, they're not bad. I think they're a bit darker, so we're going to have to again get the electricians back to split this into two lights, have two really bright lights in here, and hopefully this will look nice as well. So not the most exciting update, not the most exciting Christmas video, but that's just what's happening. Pen was saying her son was going to come down from Bangkok. Is that right? Is he coming?
Yeah, he coming. I think 30th. We go to Samui for one day, I think.
You're going to go to Samui for
one
night?
Yeah, one night,
Yeah, so yeah, over here, they don't really have a Christmas, but they'll sort of go and see family maybe on New Year. And Pen's son's going to come down from Bangkok, and he wanted us all to go to Samui for like one night. But, you know, a long drive with the dogs to fall asleep and wake up and have to drive home again straight away. For me, it's not right. So I think I need like a minimum of 3 nights somewhere to make the whole trip worthwhile. So I think I'm going to stay here, and maybe Pen will go with her son for like New Year's Eve or something. It'll just be me and the dogs maybe. So Pen's going to give the dogs a wash, Gorgie and Bung Bung. The other 2 dogs were done yesterday. Yeah, this chap was asking if the trees were 1 year old. No, they're not 1 year old. This section down the front over there is 2.5, and the rest of the farm is 2 years old. However, sometimes the trees will die, and then we will replace them. So these ones here are just a few months old. Usually when the trees die, we put in small trees, but sometimes I'll go and get some big ones. So this is what I meant. These two here are 1 year old trees, these two, and these are replacements, and I only put these in like about 2 months ago. So yeah, these ones are like brand new pretty much, but they're 1 year old from the nursery. And then these are our big like 2.5 year old ones. And the chap also asked why I was expecting maybe to have only like a 50% success rate with the trees. That's just kind of the number I think is reasonable. When I go to have a look around at other farms, and when I'm looking at my neighbours' other farms around here, 50% success rate just seems like about the right sort of number to aim for. Certainly people do better than that 50% number, but it depends on a lot of factors. It's like the soil quality and how well you take care of the trees and how well you manage the pests and diseases. It's complicated. So this neighbour in here, I reckon he has about 50% success rate, and this guy over here, well, I don't know, I reckon he's probably could even be less than 50%, and I think it's because he doesn't put the vitamins he should, he doesn't do the spraying he should. He could probably do a lot better, but he doesn't. So sometimes it's the human element. Bung Bung's barking at something. Bung Bung! Come on! He's probably barking at the neighbour. He doesn't like the neighbour, so I've just seen they've been doing more digging in here. I wonder why they're doing that. I mean, honestly, this is a bit funny to me. They're digging at all these channels and whatever, and like all the way down both sides of the farm they've dug a channel, and now they've got one down the middle. What the hell's that for? It's weird. They've got a channel dug right the way down the farm. What the hell are they doing? It doesn't make any sense. And they're replacing all the watering pipes. All the watering system's been ripped up. The thing is, right, is this farm in here doesn't have a water problem. They don't flood. So I can understand they might want to tidy up their channels, but why they dug down the middle of the farm? They haven't got a flood problem. Like right in the peak of the rain season when we were full of water, they had nothing in here. You'd walk around, your feet are barely squelching, there's nothing. So what the hell's all this for? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, look, the trees, so you know, these things are probably 15, 20, 25 years old and get much bigger. And another good rule of thumb that I've heard is that whereas a lot of fruit trees will make you about 3,000 baht per tree per year, durian should make you on average 10,000 baht per tree per year. But that is an average, and some trees are just going to be good and some bad. So some of their little trees in here have like 7 fruit on them. There's one over there, let's see this tree, it's got 5 fruit. So last season it had 5 fruit. Oh, look at this one. This big old tree had 122 fruit on it, so an enormous difference. This big trees put out a lot more. Yeah, I wonder why they're digging up all the middle of the farm like that. I wish I could go and ask him, but I don't speak Thai, so... Sorry, Cup. I can say hello, that's about it. So this guy is called Nong Dam, and he sort of worked in here. So he doesn't own the farm, he kind of works for this other guy that has this farm and other farms. So this guy works here and in some of the other guys' other farms as well. Bung Bung's always barking at him. So I don't know why, maybe he throws things at Bung Bung. I don't know, maybe they've got a secret antagonism going on that I don't know about. But this is another funny thing that they've been doing is they've been building up mud around the trees. Now, everything I've read tells me you should never do this because the roots are under the soil there and they need to like breathe, like gas exchange. And if you put mud over the base of a tree like that, it will suffocate the roots. So they've done it to, look, the internet says you should never do this and you're going to kill all your trees. But look, they've done it to pretty much every tree. But all the way down, they've put a big pile of mud. So, I don't know. I guess they must know what they're doing, so sometimes the internet doesn't know what it's talking about. While I'm walking back up here, I'll tell you another interesting bit of information about trees and farms I heard recently off Pen. So a friend of hers lives around here somewhere at a farm we haven't been to yet. I'd like to go and have a look though, hopefully we will. She's got a durian farm and she's been getting about £1 million a year off the trees, which she's not happy with. She just, you know, for the number of trees she's got, she just thinks she should be getting more. So she got in some full-time workers and agreed to do a profit split with them. But now with these new workers in, instead of getting £1 million a year, this year she got 5 million baht from the fruit. So she's jumped up an incredible amount. And although she's going to have to split that profit, you know, whatever it is, 40, 60, 70, 30, whatever they've agreed, she's got to split off with someone else, but she's still going to end up with a lot more money in her pocket. So that's another thing to consider is the human element, human error, and sometimes you need to get people in with more experience and get them to help solve some of your problems. And in fact, what I've said to Pen is I'd like to go and find these people she's got in helping, because I'd like to come and pay them to do a bit of, like, you know, a couple of days of consulting or something, to come and have a look at our trees, especially down the back, have a look at the soil for us, and maybe like set us off on the right path. Obviously at the moment we can't have any kind of like profit split arrangement because there's no fruit, there's no money, there's nothing to split. So while we might sort of do something like that, like down the line, once we have fruit, once there's money and money with which to pay people, we might have like a permanent helpers. But I just thought it might be beneficial just to get them in for a couple of days and get some advice, and then you never know, down the line maybe they might be the same people that come in and help us on a more permanent basis in the future. It's just something I've been thinking about. Oi! So this is the problem. See, it's dug up all that sand and chucked it everywhere. Bloody dogs. Pen's in the pond. I don't know what she's doing. I guess that'll make a good picture for the thumbnail, won't it? Like, wife in the pond on Christmas. Well, be careful. Could be a snake in there, anything. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny, this house building thing. Like, when nothing's happening and like no one showed up for like a month and there's no work going on, it's sort of relaxing. But then when they show up, it's like good, but hey, stop digging that sand. These dogs just don't listen at all. Out of the sand. Pen, look at the state of it. So I've got a lot on my mind again now. It's sort of like what I'm trying to say is it goes from like kind of boring but relaxing, nothing's happening, to stressful again. So yeah, I've got to work out what I'm going to do for skirting boards. It looks like they're leaving a nice really tight gap, so I can use really thin ones if I want to. That's good. So that's on my list actually. Go up to Surat Thani maybe tomorrow. Go to Home Pro, have a look for skirting boards. I'm going to get the price of wood ones, but I think it might be a bit expensive. So I might end up using the same ones they put up on the ceiling here. You see that little thing there? It's kind of like a little cement board. They're pretty cheap, I think. Those things painted white, exactly the same as up on the ceiling there. That'll solve that problem. I've still got to choose the colour of the inside paint, so we went back to the paint shop where they sold us that paint. Remember I was saying it didn't look like the swatch in the shop? Yeah, we went back to the paint shop. We took a picture and we said to him like, oi, you know, look, this doesn't look like the one that we ordered. What's going on? You know what his answer was? He says, oh yeah, if you want it to look like this one, you should pick the one just to the side because they always come out darker. We're like, well, why didn't you tell us that? Like when we were buying the paint. So I don't trust that paint shop anymore. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't use them again. So I'm going to go to Home Pro and I'm going to have a look at the paint up there and see if there's any more reliable choices for like what I'm going to paint in the rest of the house. And so yeah, I've got 2 reasons to go at Home Pro. They've got a whole farm to lie down in. Why have they got a line like the one place? There's only one place in the whole farm that I don't want the dog, and there it is. So why is the house covered with sand? Why is there piles of sand everywhere? What happened was the tile guy doesn't want to shift all the sand on his own, so yeah, maybe he's got a bad leg or something. So he paid a guy to come and move all the sand from the sand pile in a wheelbarrow. This guy was here like a couple of days ago, and basically just shifted all the sand from here and put it everywhere throughout the house, and loads of piles everywhere, massive mess. So that's been a big headache. And if I'd have known this is what they were going to do, I would have told them, no, I don't think so. Leave the sand in the sand pile and bring it up as you need it, because if we get a big strong wind, I'm going to get sand everywhere. If I get a downpour, it's going to all wash out into here. So if I don't make another one before New Year, Happy New Year to anyone that's watching, and yeah, Happy New Year to my friends and family in England. I know some of you watching. I don't know if you've given up, you're still watching or not. No. Yeah, it looks like she's having a good time in there.
Oh. Okay, I'm coming. Wait.
They're all waiting there, waiting for Pen to take them for a walk. Hopefully they won't get into too much trouble.